we have some amazing news to share. 159 of the 195 nations on our planet have chosen to join the new BRICS payment system, and it seems like even aliens are interested in getting involved. Exciting, right? Yeah, but not. Well, according to the popular site Watcher Guru, a true clickbait guru, Russian Central Bank Governor Elvira Nabiullina says 159 countries are ready to adopt the BRICS payment system when it goes live. In the article on Nabiullina's name, there is a link to a news story from last January in which, during an event related to the Russian system for transmitting financial messages, SPFS, Elvira Nabiullina stated that 159 foreign participants from 20 countries have already joined the Russian system. So, 159 participants, we assume banks and financial institutions from 20 countries, have magically become 159 countries today. The worst part is that even some of the most popular and trustworthy sites and social accounts have reposted the news without verifying it. But we have been around long enough to know how these people work and have long since eliminated this site from our information resources. Just to be clear, there is no source in the Russian media reporting this information. None. Do you now understand how they pollute the BRICS narrative by exploiting your desire for change and your hopes for the BRICS project? Right now, we don't have all the info on the BRICS bridge operation, the new alternative payment system to SWIFT. Those involved have said we will have to wait until the Kazan summit in October to learn more. Keep an eye out. Between now and the summit, there will be a lot of sensationalist news about BRICS, and these unreliable sources will try to get your attention by making things seem more dramatic than they really are. Be careful not to get caught up in these misleading narratives. You will just end up disappointed. Instead, if you want to get a realistic idea of the situation, keep watching our video where we explain that the de-dollarization process is a real goal of the BRICS, but there are also real difficulties to be faced. And remember that wishful thinking isn't the reality.
In the intricate world of global finance, a fascinating development is unfolding. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and new members like Iran, are exploring alternatives to the established SWIFT system and considering a shift away from the US dollar. Welcome to BRICS There is Life Without SWIFT, an exploration of this complex financial landscape where ambition meets reality. We'll delve into the BRICS countries' efforts to transfer mutual payments to national currencies and their aspirations to create a SWIFT alternative. But we'll also examine the significant challenges they face, as highlighted by industry experts like Jeffrey Christian of CPM Group. Is this the beginning of de-dollarization, or is that concept more myth than reality? We'll unpack the factors at play, from the unparalleled liquidity of the US dollar to the potential economic consequences for countries choosing to distance themselves from it. Join us as we navigate through this financial maze, exploring blockchain technologies, cryptocurrency integration, and the possibility of a unified BRICS currency. We'll also consider the geopolitical implications, particularly for nations like Russia and Iran. Whether you're a finance professional, a policy enthusiast, or simply curious about global economic trends, this video offers a balanced look at a potentially significant shift in international finance. Let's explore together the aspirations, challenges, and realities of BRICS' financial ambitions in an increasingly complex global economy. So, the BRICS countries unexpectedly quickly began to transfer mutual payments to national currencies. But the main thing is not even this, especially since there will be a lot of difficulties along this path. What is more important is that the BRICS seriously expect to do without using the SWIFT system. However, not everyone shares the optimism about BRICS' ability to supplant the US dollar as the global reserve currency. Jeffrey Christian, founder of CPM Group, a commodities research firm, has poured cold water on these ambitions, dismissing the notion of de-dollarization as a myth. There, as you know, it is not entirely formal, but almost every step is automatically converted into dollars. At the same time, one of the experts called this BRICS decision a reaction of community functionaries to recent decisions in the same financial sphere of another integration structure, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the SCO. Christian points out that the US dollar's unparalleled liquidity poses a significant challenge to any alternative. The US dollar is involved in 88% of daily currency transactions worldwide and accounts for nearly 60% of all foreign exchange reserves globally. Other currencies, like China's yuan, are bound by strict capital controls, making them less liquid and less attractive. As is known, the SCO even started talking about some kind of common currency not long ago. But the traditional confrontation between India and China has forced it to limit itself to plans to create a single bank. Everything is being done, again, by analogy with BRICS and the local system of mutual settlements. Now it's about integrating digitally. Agree or otherwise, in our time, all this fuss with finances makes no sense. Integrating finance separately from the dollar digitally means not just using computer networks, but based on advanced blockchain technologies, where cryptocurrencies are involved. It is significant that the initiator of the process of divorce from SWIFT was not Russia, which is still very tightly integrated into the world economy, but Iran did go for it. The Islamic Republic, which has been teetering on the brink of a major war with Israel for almost a year, has generally become quite noticeably more active in terms of integration during this time. However, Christian warns that countries choosing not to use the dollar could see their imports and exports hindered, significantly limiting their economic growth and range of trading partners. He cites Russia as an example, where the economic landscape is becoming increasingly complex. Despite recent moves to legalize cryptocurrency mining, Russia still faces challenges with limited access to vital energy trades and a steady flow of US dollars. Iran, in addition to, of course, Russia, had to endure a lot of difficulties in connection with Western sanctions, which resulted in a noticeable decline in the country's economy and hyperinflation, which has not yet been suppressed. Tehran needs such a powerful single anchor as BRICS, and it would be nice to have a single currency that can save the Iranian rial from depreciation. The BRICS apparatus is not very active in commenting on the innovation, but they assure that companies and banks of the 9 member countries of the association will have the opportunity to transfer money among themselves, similar to SWIFT. The timing is not specified, but the system will only work according to the principle of the movement of cryptocurrencies. Christian, however, points out that the inherent strength of the US dollar poses another major hurdle. The US dollar index shows that the dollar has gained around 40% since its trough in 2011, while other currencies, such as the yuan, have depreciated against the dollar over the past decade. Now, it is not so important on what operating basis it will be based, Chinese or Russian. But the path to the single BRICS currency most likely lies through it. New digital money is unlikely to replace rubles, yuan, rupees, and the same Iranian rials, especially since there is no urgent need for this. But the need to move away from SWIFT is clearly ripe today, as is the desire of many, even very many, to distance themselves as much as possible from the US dollar. Experts differ in their assessments of what the real price for the widespread use of American currency is these days, because we may be talking about a tiny fraction of a percent, but that is by no means the main thing. Despite the challenges, the deputy head of the Iranian Central Bank for International Affairs, Mohsen Karimi, recently unveiled a far from indisputable initiative in Moscow, understanding that Russia will be the first to support the idea itself. After all, it too, like Iran, unlike other BRICS members, has already been excommunicated from the SWIFT system. Christian advises investors to remain calm amid ongoing debates about de-dollarization. He argues that it would take decades for the dollar to be displaced if that were ever to happen. He said, "You have these massive impediments to moving toward a less dollar-dependent international currency regime. It's not impossible, but it's either going to take decades to execute or it's going to come at the end of a very enormous global economic and financial collapse that I just don't see happening." Nevertheless, the BRICS countries continue to push forward with their plans. Experts are already ready to support it with an analog of an international organization to combat money laundering and the financing of terrorism. Such a global service, as you know, is called FATF, Financial Action Task Force, and generally shows enviable efficiency. An alternative to SWIFT is actually being sought by many, and has been for a long time. The head of the Bank of Russia, Elvira Nabiullina, also recalled this not long ago. Compared to SWIFT, which is not completely tied to the blockchain system, the Russian analog, which is quite capable of becoming the basis for the BRICS system, operates in precisely this reality. Through the new system, it remains possible to buy dollars without restrictions. And this is just a pleasant bonus to the ability to transfer money between countries without restrictions, when various types of bank commissions and insurance, and even more so sanctions, do not become an obstacle. However, as Christian's analysis suggests, the road to a truly dollar-independent global financial system may be longer and more challenging than BRICS nations anticipate. As we've seen, BRICS nations are making ambitious moves in global finance, exploring SWIFT alternatives and reduced dollar dependence. However, the path is fraught with challenges. The dollar's unparalleled liquidity and global dominance pose significant hurdles, as experts like Jeffrey Christian point out. While blockchain and cryptocurrency technologies offer potential solutions, geopolitical factors complicate matters, especially for countries like Russia and Iran. The reality likely falls between complete de-dollarization and maintenance of the status quo, with gradual changes possibly reshaping aspects of international finance over time. We've explored BRICS' ambitious financial plans and the challenges they face in creating a SWIFT alternative.
What are your thoughts on this complex issue? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth global economic insights. Your support makes this channel possible, so please consider using Super Thanks, buy us a coffee, or simply sharing with others. Even just a quick mention helps. Stay engaged with the evolving world of BRICS and don't be fooled by misleading information. Let us know about any news items that seem too good to be true. We will fact-check them for you. Well, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.